Hello, everybody. This is Curtis again. Hey, I'm calling this study When God Reveals Himself, okay? First of all, I'm in the book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 1, and this is Abraham. Now the Lord appeared to him, Abraham, by the oaks of Mamre, while he was sitting at the tent door in the heat of the day, okay? Now let's go to Genesis chapter 32 and verse 30. It says, So Jacob named the place Peniel, for he said, I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been preserved. Okay, now let's go to Exodus. Exodus chapter 3, verses 2 through 4. The angel of the Lord appeared to him in a blazing fire. This is Moses, from the midst of a bush, and he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, yet the bush was not consumed. So Moses said, I must turn aside now and see this marvelous sight, why the bush is not burned up. When the Lord saw that he turned aside to look, God called to him from the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses, and he said, Here I am. Now let's look at Exodus chapter 19, verses 18 and 19. The Lord visits Sinai. Okay, verse 18. Now Mount Sinai was all in smoke because the Lord descended upon it in fire. He descended upon it in fire, and its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked violently. When the sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him with thunder. Okay, so God showed up as smoke, and he descended upon it in fire, and he also, there was a great loud, the sound of a trumpet. Okay, so God showed up with all these different, in all these different ways. Okay, now let's look at Exodus 20 and verse 18. It says, all the people perceived the thunder and the lightning flashes and the sound of the trumpet and the mountain smoking, and when the people saw it, they trembled and stood at a distance. Okay, so they knew who it was. All right, now let's look at Judges. Judges chapter 13, verses 2 through 23. There was a certain man of Zorah of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah. Okay, and his wife was barren and had borne no children. Then the angel of the Lord appeared to the woman and said to her, Behold, now you are barren and have borne no children, but you shall conceive and give birth to a son. Now therefore be careful not to drink wine and strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing, for behold, you shall conceive and give birth to a son, and no razor shall come upon his head, and for the boy shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel from the hands of the Philistines. Then the woman came and told her husband, saying, A man of God came to me, and his appearance was like the appearance of the angel of God. Very awesome. So a man, but is an appearance of the angel of God. And I did not ask him where he came from, and he did not tell me his name. But he said to me, Behold, you shall conceive and give birth to a son, and now you shall not drink wine or strong drink, and nor eat any unclean thing, for the boy shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb to the day of his death. Then Manoah entreated the Lord, and said, O Lord, please let the man of God whom you have sent come to us again, and he may teach us what to do for the boy who is to be born. God listened to the voice of Manoah, and the angel of God came again to the woman as she was sitting in the field, but Manoah, her husband, was not with her. So the woman ran quickly and told her husband, Behold, the man who came the other day has appeared to me. Then Manoah rose and followed his wife. And when he came to the man, he said to him, Are you the man who spoke to the woman? And he said, I am. He said, I am. There's an I am. Okay. Manoah said, Now when your words come to pass, what shall be the boy's mode of life and his vocation? So the angel of the Lord said to Manoah, let the woman pay attention to all that I said. She should not eat anything that comes from the vine, nor drink wine or strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing. Let her observe all that I commanded. Then Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, please let us detain you, so that we may prepare a young goat for you. So they're offering the angel of the Lord food. The angel of the Lord said to Manoah, though you detain me, I will not eat your food, but if you prepare a burnt offering, then offer it to the Lord. For Manoah did not know he was the angel of the Lord. Okay? Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, what is your name, so that when your words come to pass, we may honor you? But the angel of the Lord said to him, why do you ask my name, seeing it is wonderful? So Manoah took the young goat with the grain offering and offered it on the rock to the Lord, and he performed wonders while Manoah and his wife looked on. For it came about when the flame went up from the altar towards heaven that the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar. When Manoah and his wife saw this, they fell on their faces to the ground. Verse 21, now the angel of the Lord did not appear to Manoah or his wife again. Then Manoah knew that he was the angel of the Lord. So Manoah said to his wife, we will surely die, for we have seen God. They seen God. Okay? Amazing. Okay? But his wife said to him, if the Lord had desired to kill us, he would not have accepted a burnt offering and a grain offering from our hands, nor would he have shown us all these things, nor would he have let us hear things like this at this time. Okay? Just amazing, because the angel of the Lord here was God himself that revealed, and they thought they were going to surely die, but he didn't. He spared them. But they actually seen God that was in the image of a man. It was the angel of the Lord. Okay, amazing. Okay, now let's go to 1 Kings chapter 19, verses 11 through 18. So he said, go forth. This is Elijah at Horeb. So he said, go forth and stand on the mountain before the Lord. And behold, the Lord was passing by, and a great and strong wind was rending the mountains and breaking in pieces the rocks before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake. But the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake, a fire. But the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a sound of a gentle blowing. When Elijah heard it, he wrapped his face in his mantle and went out and stood in the entrance of the cave. And behold, a voice came to him and said, what are you doing here, Elijah? Then he said, I have been very zealous for the Lord, the God of hosts, for the son of Israel has forsaken your covenant, torn down your altars, and killed your prophets with the sword, and I alone am left, and they seek my life to take it away. Okay. The Lord said to him, go return on your way to the wilderness of Damascus, and when you have arrived, you shall anoint Hazael king over Aram, and Jehu, the son of Nimshi, you shall anoint king over Israel. Okay. And Elijah, the son of Shaphat, and Abel Maholah, you shall anoint as prophet in your place. Okay. And then it shall come about that one of who escapes from the sword of Hazael, Jehu shall put to death, and the one who escapes from the sword of Jehu, Elisha shall put to death. Yet I will leave 7,000 in Israel, all the knees that have not bowed to Baal, and every mouth that has not kissed him. Okay. Now, okay, everybody, I only have 10 minutes to put this message through, so we're going to stop there at 1 Kings, and we'll pick up again in part 2 of when God reveals himself, and we'll start off in part 2 in Isaiah chapter 6 verses 1 through 8. Okay, thank you for joining me, and join me on part 2. I love you all. God bless you all, and have a wonderful and blessed night. God bless.